Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of the GCR series that I'm doing. In part 1 we started on Regrettably Street car park in St Helens town centre, made our way over the Blackpool North Railway, over the St Helens Canal and Merton Bank and onwards to Redgate in Blackbrook. We started this video on Greenwell Road in Haydock. This is where Haydock Station was located.
Haydock Station opened for goods on the 1st of July 1895, before opening to the public on the 3rd of January 1900. The station was on the St Helens and South Lancashire Railway from Loughton St Mary's to the original St Helens Central Railway Station, located on Regrettably Street car park in the town centre. By 1930, the downtrack towards St Helens town centre was changed into a long siding, meaning all trains to and from St Helens had to use the upline. The station's down shelter was demolished and all signs were removed. Today, Haydock Railway Station has all but been demolished. There are no remains left to be found. Now we have an housing estate, where Haydock Railway Station once stood. Now we're going to make our way from Haydock Railway Station right through Haydock and right up to Haydock Racecourse. This is where Haydock Park Railway Station was once located. Now for anybody thinking of doing this journey after watching this video, just note that the journey gets very tricky, especially by Haydock Industrial Estate. The railway bed though is completely overgrown. Me and my friend who were doing this journey today had to take a diversion because this area was completely impassable. We did try an alternate route a little bit further up from Haydock Industrial Estate, but to no avail, as this part was also impassable. We started to wonder whether we'd make it to Haydock Racecourse along the GCR railway. Despite our issues, we weren't going to give up.
The double track railway, the GCR, would have cut through and gone under Clipsey Lane right there. That would have been a bridge and under a playing field on the opposite side. I ended the video, part 1, just on the other side of Clipsey Lane though, where the Haydock Cottage Hospital was located. Just crossed over Clipsey Lane, and right here would have been the cutting for the railway, the GCR, before it went all the way up there towards Peel Road in Haydock, heading towards Haydock Racecourse.
Now just ahead of us is another set of bridges. These bridges carried the railway lines from the local mines. Haydock had many mines back in the day. Now let's have a look, see what remains of this large bridge today. This large bridge is located halfway down King George's playing field in Haydock. At one time there would have been a bunch of shunting lines on here and lines serving the local mines. Today you can see not very much of this bridge is left, but thankfully there are still some remains for us to come and view today.
It was just down there at the large bridge that was just showing you. The railway would have been just on the other side of this fence here and would have cut through what seems to be the woodlands today. This area now is going to take us down to Peel Road in Haydock, and that's where we'll be making our way under the next bridge, which is in fact the East Lancashire Road. So just in here you can see it's completely overgrown with nettles and trees, but just in there was the GCR railway. That's the original bank. That hill there, I believe that's the original banking to the cutting that was here. Shame there's no remnants of the railway in these trees. So basically when we cross Peel Road here, the bushes on the right hand side will be the location of the railway. Right everyone, we've just made our way across the field there, which came from Clipsy Lane. And straight behind me you see all this long grass here. That was in fact where the GCR railway was located before it made its way to the bridge straight ahead of us.
A little bit further up, the GCR is so overgrown we cannot walk along that track. So we're having to make our way all the way back round to Penny Lane and then make our way back to the GCR railway.
We're a little bit further down now on Penny Lane. Back up there was the first bridge that we came from. Right here is the M6 motorway. You can see that now. You see all the traffic there on top of the bridge. We're now going to make our way under this bridge. From there we'll be making our way to Haydock Racecourse. Just coming across this sign here. Clean air zone. Under review. You can see all these cars on the motorway over there. It doesn't smell like fumes around here.
No, definitely
We're just going onto the M6 motorway now. Behind us is where the sign is located saying this is cleaner. And there's the sign saying Racecourse. That's Haydock Racecourse.
That's where we need to be.
That's where we're going. Just come off Warrington Road. We're going to keep on going that way in just a moment, following the GCR. But here is where the tracks actually were, and I'm just going to show you the walkway which was down the side of the railway tracks here.
Now we have finally made it back onto the GCR railway. We are going to backtrack a little bit here, following the GCR right back towards the M6 motorway. We're doing this so all of you watching this video get a full view of the GCR railway, so you don't miss anything along this journey.
Railway tracks at the time would have been there where all these new houses are. Well, I'm going to have a look now to see if the cutting is even there. Walk down, there's no neckles on this part of the trail anyway. Right, so it looks like there's a car park there. There's a car park there today. Well, that's where the cutting to the GCR would have been, just on the other side of this metal fence. But look at the lean on this wall. The whole wall literally barely straight out. Now further down, the GCR railway would have gone under the M6. But I've funny suspicion that this fence could end up going all the way down.
Now we're going to try and make our way to the other side of the M6 to see if there's anything left of the viaducts that once ran underneath this motorway, carrying the GCR railway.
The reason I couldn't film on the other side of the M6 is because it was way too overgrown. For one. Two, most of the top of the viaducts, which you could see from the bridge that I was just filming from, they've actually ripped off most of the foundations to the viaducts that did go under the M6. So there really wasn't very much to see, unfortunately. It wasn't worth filming, so I thought I'd just give you guys a little update. Let you know we're heading back to Warrington Road and we're going to carry on with our journey. Be careful.
Buzzy be careful.
Oh God. Why? Why?
Are you still recording?
Yes, I'm still recording. See what we have to deal with.
Well,
again.
Hold on a minute. Don't tell me, be careful. Let me know if you feel like you're about to go.
Yeah.
Go by my legs, and then you almost went.
Yeah, but look, you're on a walking stick.
Yeah. So hold on. I should be the one that's struggling, and yet you're tripping up everywhere.
When don't to trip up on something?
Oh, no.
I'm always doing. I'm one of the clumsiest people going. Them things I hate. Bar stools. Someone's lost the salt of the shoe. I spotted earlier on, and it's on video. It's going to be in this video right now. Why do people leave the boxes hanging around on the side of
Is that
Well,
what that's? Hold on a minute.
pants, boxes,
Is this
bras?
since I've been with you?
Yeah, the boxes were a little bit further back on the trail. Do you know where the back of Haydock, when we crossed Cripsey Lane
Yeah.
and we got to that large bridge?
Yeah.
There, behind, right on the
Oh,
side. Right on the side. So there's, and the other day when we was filming, well, there was a pair of pants there. There was a bra with a cup missing.
Wow.
Now there's underwear.
How can you see socks
There's
anyway?
socks. Yeah, there was socks outside of the canal.
Really?
The Jockey Club for the thrill of it since 1750.
Haydock Park Railway Station was located next to Haydock Racecourse. The station's sole purpose was to handle race day traffic. It did not feature any public timetables. This station was on the Liverpool, St Helens and South Lancashire Railway line from Loughton St Mary's to the original Central Railway Station in St Helens Town Centre. Normal service trains would pass through Haydock Park Rail Station without stopping. The station closed its doors in October 1963. Then an experiment in race day specials was run until 1775 using the long closed Ashton in Makerfield station. Trains would continue to pass through the carcass of what was Haydock Park Racecourse. Then in 1987 all the lines were lifted, marking the end of this railway era.
Just found this on the side of this cutting here, GCR cutting. It looks like it was one of the old switch points, and there's another bit down there. If I'm incorrect, please let me know in the comments. I'm trying to look for any remnants of the GCR as it ran through here. And over there you can see there's more concrete by the looks of it. It's been dumped on the bank over there. Now we should be approaching the station very soon. Right, there's a railway sleeper. So there you go everyone. There's one, looks like one sleeper there. We're going to keep on making our way down. See if there's anything else along here. Look a bit further up the cutting now, and you can see it looks like the bed has actually risen, but I suspect they may have filled the railway cutting in here because it's considerably low. Oh, considerably lower at back at that end. So what we're going to do now is follow this bed up, because there should be the car park to the railway station somewhere around here. We just noticed the car park here. This is right where the GCR would have been running by. Right, just have a look around here to see if there's anything that remains of the Haydock Railway Station. The GCR railway double track would have come through these trees right here, and then the trains would have pulled in and dropped off its passengers right in this area. This is where the Haydock Racecourse rail station was located. There doesn't seem to be very much of it left at the moment. This is the only area here that is actually elevated. Yeah. If you look back down there, you can see there's absolutely nothing. This is the only elevated area here. I think this is, or could be, where the platform was located to this railway to this station here. We'll go and take a look up there as well, because it looks like there's a risen area in that corner. And see if there's anything there.
There was nothing else to see here, so we both decided to make our way back round to the GCR trail.
Yesterday during recording, when we first tried to do this video and it failed totally, yesterday was a total failure, wasn't it? On our way down here, we didn't get this far, unfortunately. It was too hot. It was not my fault, it's too hot.
You tried to take a shortcut. JB tried to take a shortcut, and instead of the shortcut working out, we got nettled for the pleasure, didn't we?
I wouldn't say for the pleasure, it's a public walkway. Now, a lot of people watching this video, you would agree that a public walkway, if it's a walkway, it should be looked after by the local authority. Well, these walkways, they're not looked after. They're overgrown, completely covered with brambles and nettles and everything else. The local authorities need to get off the backsides and start cleaning up the public walkways so people can use them. We have security. Yeah, we've got security pulling out of that gate right there. Okay, I'm just going to switch the camera around in just a minute. I'm going to keep on recording just in case we get approached now. He's going to be coming down this way. Yeah, we're leaving now anyway, pal. Just recording along the GCR here.
Yeah.
Actually, that security guard then, he was all right, wasn't he? He was just security guard from the jockey club.
Just informing us that the gate to this place shuts in 5 minutes, so hopefully we can get there before 5 minutes, because otherwise it's going to be a heck of a climb.
I can picture you trying that one. Oh, that would be flipping hilarious.
Oh, that's going on YouTube forever.
Right, so
welcome to Haydock Railway Station.
yeah. Now we are expecting some big showers today, possibly some thunderstorms as well. I'm hoping we do get them. It's been so hot recently.
When we was out, the videos got quite a bit choppy with obviously because the heat was getting to the pair of us. We had to say
No.
especially JB, he was stuttering, and that's why obviously there was, when we was doing it, I think today, obviously what's the plan? What would you say the plan is for the recording? Gonna add some pictures from yesterday, or
Yeah, there's going to be clips from yesterday's recordings, or like magic, I won't be wearing this. So yeah, I'll play some of the clips from yesterday's recording. He's got a little bit of footage as well.
that's on your phone.
Yeah. As he was saying before, yesterday I could barely even get my words out. It was just so hot and stifling.
It's better weather today. It's quite cooler. It's not sweltering heat. I'd say we were more comfortable today.
Oh, it's a lot more comfortable.
Really enjoyed it, and I'm going to really enjoy it when we manage to get on the other side.
That's going to be interesting, that on the other side.
Yeah.
That is basically where we're going to get back onto the track, and that's where we make our way up to the next viaducts. Everyone, we are currently just outside of Weaver Mill Estate here. We're trying to get back onto the GCR railway, which is a little bit, it's just on the other side of these trees here. This was in fact a cotton mill, a large cotton mill, the Weaver Mill Estate. So now we're going to keep on make our way down this trail now. There's going to be a path at the bottom here where we turn right, and that will take us back onto the GCR railway, right where we're going to be.
JB was talking before to some locals who gave us some fascinating information about the area, and at first it was a lady, and then her husband, was it? Husband came out who knows his history. He's talking about there was an old army base around here, Birchall High School in Haydock. During World War I or World War II, it was a camp, so when they used to get German, when the would you say captured German officers?
Yeah.
When they captured some Germans or whoever were fighting at the time, they would hold them. They would hold them there. They'd most likely rehabilitate them. However, when the Germans caught their enemies, they used to torture them and do some pretty messed up stuff to cut all the swearing and profanity out of it. They would torture them and do nasty things to them. So really, some really bad stuff, to be honest with you peeps. Really bad stuff. So this is, we are currently heading down here, which is, where is this?
The GCR railway now, which is at the back of Haydock Railway Station, is literally straight ahead of us here. We're showing you that in. Let me just ask you: is this clip going in this video?
Yeah.
Right.
If you want.
Yeah.
If you want it to be.
Basically, I'm showing you that just a little bit earlier when we was on the site of Haydock Racecourse, and we couldn't get past the fence where the cutting was. The cutting for that railway at Haydock Railway Station is actually directly ahead of us here, and that's where we're going to go and join up with the GCR once again.
So, right over there, people, is where obviously the fence was that we was on the other side of. That is, I believe, Haydock Racecourse on the other side of that. Done. That's it. That's it. That's what we're having. That's it. But yeah, I believe Haydock Racecourse.
This is exactly where the cutting was.
So this is where the cutting is, or was.
This is beautiful round there.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if it's Mersey Forest Trust that's owning this land, but whoever owns this is doing a good job.
Yeah. Don't, viewers be warned, there's kids behind us just making noises.
The amount of things you come across when you're exploring.
No, it's all I'm going to say, no matter really, to be honest. With, yeah. Oh, bang, done, there, in front, bang, what's that? Boom, what's that? What's that there? Oh! What's that there? Is that steps?
Yeah. We were stuck there.
Nah, that's upsetting, I thought that was something cool, that then.
We're just making our way further down now. This is the car park that we was filming on just before. I'm coming across in the cutting here where the railway was. Come across all these bricks and breeze blocks. Old clay, the old clay fired piping to the station. You can see the remnants here of what was the platform to the Haydock Racecourse station. We're just going to make our way further down to the bottom end here, and then we're going to turn right. That's where all the rail lines that came through here will switch. You'll see that's where the turning point was for these rail lines as it went off, just before it went off to St Mary's.
We are now approaching the turnaround point on the GCR railway.
It's getting late now, it's going to get too dark to keep on filming, so there's going to be a part 3 to this series. We just made it to the gate here. This is where the turning point was for the railways. This here was actually the turning point to the railways, the GCR, on the other side of the Haydock Racecourse station, and it would have carried on going down here. In fact, we've got some remnants of that railway right here. Look at this beauty. There was an old viaduct here. Oh, awesome. What a beauty.
Wow. Want to explain to the people what this is?
I reckon, I don't know 100%, but I reckon that used to sit up against the rail tracks, holding the rail tracks together. That is, I believe that is where, that's not where it originally was, but I believe that is what they would put up against the rail track, bolt it in to hold the track in place.
Like
That was definitely to hold the tracks in place.
So if you put that flat in your hand, give them a comparison. So that's my hand, that's his. So like, wow. You've got
Feel the weight of that.
What? Oh, wow, that is solid metal. You could restore that, and you know, look at that. There's more sleepers. Look at this here.
That looks like it was part of an old building.
Door. What?
Shiny light.
Wow, that's a full-on building. That's underground.
Yeah. That is.
That's a door.
That's a doorway.
Wow.
I just want to give a shout out to my good friend here who's joining me on this explore today. This is Connor. Tell me a little bit about yourself, how you found it.
It's been great, you know. It's been amazing. At first, I didn't know much about obviously the GCR railway, and obviously when we met, because we've only known each other for about a week now.
Yeah,
a couple of days.
Yeah.
And it's just been amazing to obviously, you know, come out, explore, because I've lived around here for, well, my dad did for 12 years. So it's not exactly new territory to me. What's new is obviously finding out what is actually, or would have been, under our feet here. You know, I never knew, and it's like obviously being out when I've been going around town near Pocket New. Hello.
Yeah, they'll come visit today.
Anyway, sorry, little dog interrupted video. That's going to be behind the scenes, I think.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it
It's
will.
going. I'm pouring it in.
Hey. So, but obviously it's like near Pocket Nuke. You have the because it's, what would it have been now? What was it? Part 1.
Yeah, part
you
1.
went down the side of Pocket Nuke, and
Yeah.
you had like that tower with the
Yeah, we went to one of the old
viaduct.
Went to the old viaduct that went
Yeah.
over St Helens Canal, then on towards Merton back.
Yeah, I walked past that, if not a week or 2 weeks before I seen, obviously before I met you, and I seen the video. And at first I think it took a bit of time to get into the how would you say it? Getting into
the
it.
swing of things.
Yeah, if they've seen our Sunday's video, then I think they'd understand.
It can be difficult and
Yeah,
challenging, trust me.
yeah, well, we might put that in this video, or have that as a part of something else, like a separate video of how what especially you go through to make these videos. Obviously, it looked bad. I'll say that. Obviously, obviously getting into the swing of things and everything, it's took a bit of doing. Just seeing how much actually history and just hidden gems. We'll use that word instead of other words I choose.
We found, let's just put it this way, come across some very interesting things.
See things.
And I'll show you them very soon.
It's amazing. Some of the people as well, I don't know if you've mentioned it, some of the people that we've spoken to
It's been amazing.
know a hell of a lot. Behind me there was some people down there, over them ways. On one of the first couple of days we were doing this part 2. And they knew quite a lot.
He was very smart.
I think they surprised you a lot. He froze, he was like,
I'll tell you what's happened is we were walking past the house and they was just on the front having a conversation of their own, and I was walking past and next minute I hear this woman talking about the GCR railway to a friend or something. I thought, am I hearing things? So I stopped for a sec. Anyway, I stop and she mentions it again, so immediately I turn around and I go over there and I start asking her questions about the GCR railway, and she brings her husband out. He's telling us all about the GCR railway. This is all up towards Haydock Racecourse though, and they were telling us, they proceeded to tell us about the not concentration camp, the rehabilitation camp. There's so many things that people have talked to us about and different amazing people that we've bumped into, and I just want to give all you a shout out now. If ever you get to watch this video, just want to say to you, thank you, really appreciate it.
It was obviously JB, you know a lot more about this stuff than I do, but it's obviously appreciating that there are actually people out there that happen to know a lot more about this stuff than most. You can get, for example, a 25-year-old, or me for example, I could research it. Like you for example, you could research it.
Yeah, but they've lived
research, that's one thing. If you are there and you see it and you experience it, whole different set of like knowledge.
You want to throw something?
He's like,
I'm going to put this out there right now. Last time when he joined me, he was a flipping nightmare. A nightmare.
no way.
Yeah.